5 raw, gripping stories of betrayal, entitlement, and moral dilemmas expose the messy truth of human relationships. These aren't just Reddit rants, they're windows into the psychological warfare of everyday life, where emotions clash with logic and unspoken expectations ignite chaos. Buckle up for a rollercoaster of drama that'll make you question trust, loyalty, and whether people ever really change. Each tale is written to hook you hard, challenge your biases, and leave you wondering, who's the real idiot here? The bonus betrayal. Picture this. A married couple, 3 years in, thriving with separate finances. It's a modern setup, clean, practical, no drama. She covers her bills, he covers his, and every now and then, she treats him to a nice dinner as a sweet gesture. It works, until it doesn't. Her husband lands a fat work bonus. He's over the moon, calling his entire family to gloat, planning a lavish night out at a fancy restaurant. She's excited for him, expecting him to foot the bill for his victory lap. After all, it's his celebration. Right? Wrong. When the check arrives, he leans back, smirks, and tells her to take care of it. Shock hits her like a punch. She pushes back. Why should she pay for him and his family? He mumbles something about her wanting to celebrate his success. And get this, he hasn't even received the bonus yet. He begs her to cover it, promising to maybe pay her back. She refuses, paying only for her meal, and walks out as his family erupts, calling her bitter and selfish. His mom blows up her phone, accusing her of ruining his big moment because she had the cash to cover it. He doubles down, claiming he'd pay for her if the roles were reversed, then calls her juvenile for making a scene. Days later, he's still sulking, painting her as the villain. Here's the kicker. This isn't the first time he's pulled this. He's got a history of nudging her to pay for him, banking on her goodwill. Is this just a tacky move, or something darker like financial manipulation? The assumption that she'd happily foot the bill for his ego trip screams entitlement. It's a classic cognitive bias. He thinks his success deserves her wallet's worship, and when she doesn't play along, he weaponizes guilt, rallying his family to shame her. This story hooks you because it's not just about a dinner bill, it's about trust. When someone you love sets you up to look like the bad guy, it's a gut punch. Imagine sitting at that table, watching your partner's family glare at you, knowing you're being played. Would you cave to keep the peace, or stand your ground like she did? The emotional pull here is visceral. Betrayal, indignation, and the sting of being gaslit. Logically, she's in the right. Nobody invites people out and expects them to pay. But emotionally, she's trapped in a no-win scenario. Pay, and she's a doormat. Refuse, and she's the Scrooge. The controversial hook. Is separate finances in marriage a recipe for disaster, or the only way to stay sane? It challenges the fairy tale notion of what's mine is yours and forces you to rethink partnership. The wedding war. Meet Jake, 26, planning his dream wedding to his college sweetheart, Sam. As an only child, he's caught in a tug-of-war between his parents, whose 25-year marriage ended in flames. His dad, a hard-working provider, was the rock of the family, while his mom, a stay-at-home queen, spent her days shopping and lounging by the pool. Jake grew up watching his dad's affection go unreturned, his loneliness palpable. 5 years ago, his dad's childhood friend, Nicole, moved back to town after her own divorce. 3.5 years ago, Jake's dad dropped a bombshell. He'd had an affair with Nicole, and he and Jake's mom were splitting. Jake was furious, but respected his dad's honesty. The divorce was brutal. His mom trashed his dad's name and bled him dry financially. Now, his dad is happily married to Nicole, who's become a second mom to Jake, treating him with warmth and respect. But the wedding, it's a battlefield. Jake's mum demands Nicole be excluded from everything: planning, photos, even the rehearsal dinner. She refuses to sit near her ex, insists Nicole leave during the mother-son dance, and wants to bring a random guy she met a month ago as her plus one. When Jake pushes back, she threatens to pull her financial contribution to the wedding. Jake snaps, telling her to get over herself and suggesting Nicole could replace her in the dance now. Her family's calling him heartless, and even his fiancée, while sympathetic, thinks he's escalating the drama. This story grabs you because it's a moral minefield. Jake's mum feels betrayed, humiliated by her ex's affair, but her demands are selfish, turning her son's wedding into her personal vendetta. Jake's loyalty to Nicole, who's been nothing but kind, clashes with his mom's pain. The emotional core is raw. A son forced to choose between honoring his mother and standing up for what's fair. The logical argument is clear: Jake's mom is letting her grudge hijack his day, but the cognitive bias at play is victimhood entitlement. She believes her pain justifies controlling everyone else. The controversial hook: should you forgive a parent who's been wronged, even if they're wrong you now? It flips the script on filial duty, making you question whether blood ties trump bad behavior. The dog danger: imagine loving a dog like family. For 9 years, you fed her a careful diet: specialized kibble, blueberries, apples, no toxic grapes or onions. She's your loyal companion, trusting you to keep her safe. Now your girlfriend moves in and starts tossing her grapes, shrugging it off with "I forgot." You explain the danger, but she brushes it off, citing her childhood dog who ate leftovers and was fine. You're stressed, constantly worrying about your dog's safety. So, you get permission to bring her to work. Problem solved, right? Nope. Your girlfriend's furious, accusing you of not trusting her. You stand firm. Until she proves she can follow the rules, the dog stays with you. She's offended you use the word poison and gives you the silent treatment. Even your co-workers think you're overprotective, claiming they've never heard of dogs needing such a strict diet. This story hits because it's about more than a pet, it's about respect. Your girlfriend's forgetfulness feels like weaponized incompetence, a subtle power play to dismiss your boundaries. The emotional pull is primal, the fear of losing something you love due to someone else's carelessness. Logically, you're protecting your dog from proven toxins. Grapes can cause kidney failure in dogs. The cognitive bias, normalcy bias: she assumes her past experience trumps your research. The controversial hook: is it okay to prioritize a pet over your partner's feelings? It challenges the hierarchy of relationships, making you wonder if love means blind trust. This story's a gut check for anyone who's ever had to defend their boundaries against someone who just doesn't get it. The karma comment: meet Alex, 26, living with his girlfriend Rachel, 27. He can't stand her sister, Ashley, 31. A woman who's coasted through life on her looks, never holding a job and chasing rich men. 2 years ago, Ashley left her husband off for years by slapping divorce papers on their bed and shacking up with a married guy who ditched his wife and kids. Alex liked her ex, a decent guy, and was disgusted by her callousness. Rachel, too, cut Ashley off for a year but eventually reconciled, though Alex kept his distance. Yesterday, Ashley showed up at their place, hysterical. Her new husband had fallen for someone else, moved her in, and left Ashley's stuff at an apartment with divorce papers. Alex's response: "Oh well, at least the kids won't hate you anymore." When Ashley pressed him, he doubled down. "What do you want me to say? It's karma. Just make sure the next one's single." Rachel's pissed, saying he could have faked sympathy for a minute. Alex refuses. Ashley's been dodging accountability forever, and he's not here to coddle her. This story hooks because it's deliciously divisive. Ashley's actions wrecking marriages, chasing wealth make her an easy villain. Alex's bluntness feels like justice, but it's also a jab at his girlfriend's family. The emotional core is satisfaction for those cheering karma versus guilt for those who think he went too far. Logically, Alex owes Ashley nothing, she's not his family, and her pain is self-inflicted. The cognitive bias. Just world fallacy. We want to believe bad people get what they deserve, but life's messier than that. The controversial hook. Is it ever okay to kick someone when they're down, even if they deserve it? It challenges the be the bigger person mantra, sparking debate about whether truth-telling is cruel or cathartic. The dinner debacle. You're a mum of two, cooking dinner for your partner, your kids, and your mother-in-law. You're juggling serving drinks, cutting food, barely eating a third of your meal when your oldest son has a meltdown. You take him to timeout, then shower him and prep his PJs because he's exhausted. You tell your partner and mother-in-law you'll be back to finish your dinner. When you return, your plate's gone. Your partner says he moved it to the kitchen, but you find it piled with trash. Your mother-in-law's doing worse. Your partner threw your food out. You're livid, reminding him you said you'd be back. He and his mom call you ungrateful, saying she was just helping. They gang up, accusing you of making a scene over just food. This story burns because it's infuriatingly relatable. You're doing everything: cooking, parenting, managing chaos while your partner and his mom sit back, then disrespect your effort. The emotional pull is rage. Your labor, your meal, trashed without a second thought. Logically, they're wrong. You explicitly said you'd return, and throwing out your food was careless. The cognitive bias. Status quo bias. They expect you to suck it up because that's just how it is when family's around. The controversial hook. Is it okay to demand respect for your labor, even if it's just dinner? It challenges the expectation that moms should silently sacrifice, making you question where gratitude ends and entitlement begins. Conclusion. The human mess. These stories aren't just drama, they're mirrors. They reflect our biases, our triggers, and the messy lines between right and wrong. Whether it's a husband's financial manipulation, a mum's wedding ultimatums, a girlfriend's reckless pet care, a blunt karma callout, or a trashed dinner, each tale forces you to pick a side. The real idiot. Maybe it's not one person, but the unspoken rules we all follow until someone dares to break them. What's your take? Would you pay the bill, exclude Nicole, leave the dog, fake sympathy, or fight for your dinner? Drop your thoughts. Because in this chaos, everyone's got a story.